Hello guys, it's Jead, and that was the craziest few hours I've ever seen on an FC game, just ever. Great to the game, really did drop with a bang. Pack weight is messed up. Honestly, I've never seen anything like it, how broken it was. Cards are too cheap. What are we buying now for Great to the game? Just things gonna rebound. The market is done. SBCs, honestly, there is so much to talk about. Let's jump into it. And guys, if you want to use players like this and just need that little extra boost, then you can get your cheap, fast, and most importantly, safe FC26 coins at eldorado.gg. They have 24/7 support, a money-back guarantee, and you can use code JEAD at checkout to get another 5% off your order. Link is in the description. I hope you're having a fantastic day and start to your weekend. Who watched the World Cup games yesterday? Turkey going home, Haiti already going home, 2 teams already eliminated. USA looked fantastic. Honestly, scary to see what USA will do. And we'll talk about upgrades to Path to Glory cards in this World Cup. But yeah, who's been watching the World Cup second round of games? What do we all think? Who is going to be the team that actually goes on and win it? England look very good, you know. England look very good. And also, if you guys on the stream yesterday, we lost over 5 million coins on the live stream, and yet somehow we can still build a crazy team. I've got to get into that as well. But then I jumped onto the second account, right, and I found genuinely we have 150 Nico O'Reillys that are all 30,000, 40,000 coins. I have brought his price down, selling them all, probably going to get banned for coin transferring. So we're now up to over 6 million coins on the second account. So we lose 5 mil, and then we made 6 mil on the second account. Honestly, I don't know. Crazy. So much to talk about in terms of trading. And yeah, this was the original like trade to glory before the new one that we mentioned we're going to do on the PS5 account. So what do we now do with an account with 6 million coins on and no team, no games played? Who knows? But let's jump straight into the SBCs yesterday because Figo was not the best one. Okay, we'll start with Luis Figo. Of course, he's the main hyped SBC, but I think there is a better one. I'll explain, right? Luis Figo is interesting because before the pack weight yesterday, if this guy was 500,000 coins, is about what he cost on them, like, you know, to buy the SBC from scratch. And he was 5-star, 4-star. He had those stats, those play styles, 11 in-game play styles. Yes, he's missing quick step, but apart from quick step, pretty much got everything else. I think people would say, you know what, fair enough. It's not the craziest SBC, but 500k for that card is very, very decent. The problem with Figo is that Cruyff is like 1.5 million, and Henry's only 2 million, and cards like Iniesta are 500k. So if Figo was on the market in this current promo, he would probably be less than 500,000 coins. That's how broken the pack weight is. And so all of a sudden, this SBC doesn't look worth it anymore. And for me, might even be in a void. I don't know why I'd sink all my fodder into a card where there's better ones on the market. And Figo's body type has never been that good on the game anyway. You also got the 1 of 3 92 plus tots, Summonations, Winners, or FOF Path to Glory. Now, at a minimum, you get some fodder back from this. But to be honest, you're really here chasing the Winners card still. The Winners cards are what everyone really wants. And we opened a few of them on stream yesterday. There's not really any winners popping out with them. I'm sure some of you guys will get them, and the fact there's Path to Glories in them is great. If you still want cards like Wirtz, Isak, you're still chasing some of those Path to Glory cards, it's pretty much your only way right now. But yeah, the weight on these is not great. It's quite inexpensive, just uses a lot of fodder in your club and takes 2 Team of the Seasons, Tots, or Path to Glories. We've got the Grind upgrade, which is fantastic for grinding players, but it's not the best SBC in terms of like pack value. It's fine for grinding players. The 1 of 3 83 plus Summer Tournament Nations pick is back, but I still think the 82 plus player pick is a little bit better. And you can't get Bale and Pushkas in this SBC, which is a little bit annoying, really. And then we've got the Great to the Game Challenge SBC, tradable pack, go for it on a small size account. The big one, though, was the tradable Tots upgrade. I've been saying we're getting a tradable Tots pack for 3 weeks now, it feels like, and we finally get our tradable Tots upgrade, and it is fantastic. Now, it's an 89 rated squad, yes. 89 rated squads are not the hardest thing to do in the world with, again, the amount of fodder you can get right now. They're also not the cheapest thing. I believe this upgrade costs 20,000 coins if you were to buy it from scratch. But what it means is that Team of the Seasons went from that stupid 40,000 coin price basically down towards discard, which will be a fantastic investment opportunity, but makes SBCs so much easier as well. Now, it's only repeatable times 1 every single day. I think EA should just make this repeatable times 3 or 5 every single day. I don't think that would really harm like the market or anything. I think it would just make SBCs easier to craft and obviously more fun to craft if they're easier to craft. So I think it should make it so it's 3 or 5 times a day. But the tradable Team of the Season upgrade shook the market up in terms of Team of the Seasons and Path to Glories and stuff, but also just made SBC grinding fantastic and a little bit easier because, of course, those Team of the Weeks that you get in were 84, 85 rated, which is fine. The Team of the Week upgrade, by the way, still has a really good purpose because if you're only doing it to get like the 86 times 8 and the 10 times 85s, you don't need a really high rated card. So I'd still recommend going and doing the Team of the Week upgrade. But it's fantastic that we've now got a Team of the Season upgrade. And if you want to pack these Great to the Game card, right? We spoke about EA messed up the pack weight, and we'll talk about that a lot more later with the market and what it meant. but it means that 100% the best thing to do on this game right now is grind SBCs. Without a shadow of a doubt, it's not even close. You should be going and doing the provisions upgrade. You go and then do all the daily upgrades. That's easy enough. Then put all your commons into the 5x77, and you should have a full club now of just gold rares. Just do those on Pale Tools or Foot Genie, and you've already got a club full of gold rares. Then go and do all of these 1 of 5 82 plus player picks. Yes, you can do the 84 times 2s, but from what we were seeing on stream yesterday, although it's pretty 50-50, it seems like these are giving out better, like, great to the games, right? More chance of packing a decent card. So you go put all your commons, or sorry, all your rares into the 1 of 5 82 plus player picks. You get all your, 82, 83, 84, 85 plus rated fodder. Hopefully get some great to the games. If you do enough of them, by the way, because the pack weight is so broken, you will definitely get great to the games. But yeah, you're not gonna get the big ones like Cruyff and stuff normally. Then go and take all your mid-rated fodder and then go and do all the 10x85s, the 8x86s, the 10x84s. Of course, again now, still do the team of the week upgrades if you need them for those upgrade packs. And with your higher rated fodder, you can also do the team of the season upgrades if you're still looking to do player SBCs. Maybe you still wanted to do the Luis Figo because you just want that card in your club. I don't know. But the pack upgrade and the pack grind right now is still the number one thing to do on the game while the pack weight is so broken. And don't forget, star performers like Haaland, Messi, and Mbappe, they're still in packs until 6 p.m. today. You've still got a chance of getting them. So yeah, we'll talk more about the pack weight and these cards later, but we also got 3 fantastic EVOs in the EVO section, as well as some of the best EVOs ever at the minute are in the objective section, like doing the JJ Okocha grind, which we'll talk about, but some of the objectives there, some of the EVOs you get from them are chain EVOs that don't improve the rating and are just fantastic for building chains. So they're often some of the best ones. But we got Cameroon King yesterday. Another fantastic EVO. Not as good as maybe, again, some of the chain EVOs. But look at it on this Cruyff, for example, for me, right? Quick Step, he gets just the 3rd playstyle plus. Finesse and Low Driven. He goes to 12 playstyles, albeit still with no rapid. But my Cruyff goes to 12 playstyles. Of course, he's already 5-star because he's Cruyff. But that 96 shooting is a huge boost. There are so many cards for it you can go and use. But one of the best examples I've seen is the Winter Wildcards Marcus Rashford. You guys know how broken Marcus Rashford moves on this game. And for a card with not even a single chain, to go from 5-star, 3-star to this 5-star, 5-star rated card with 96 shooting, those stats. And again, I'm sure you guys have better EVOs than this Rashford card here. But when a card looks this good without a single chain upgrade on it, it just goes to show you the power of this EVO. And one of the chain EVOs in objectives today is like a big dribbling boost for 90 rated cards. And again, you put that on Rashford, get him to, I think it would be 95 dribbling, I think it might be, something like that. And then this card just looks even better. So Cameroon King, fantastic upgrade. Maybe it fits one of your chains. Maybe you're going to do it on a card like Rashford. Another fantastic upgrade. Quite expensive, but I think it is worth it for the 125,000 coins. We then got Built for Glory, which is a fantastic chain EVO that mainly boosts, I think it's physical and passing. But for example, for me, right, a lot of you guys I know will have cards that have fantastic stats attacking wise, but are missing physical upgrades because we've not had too many crazy physical EVOs. My Noonan card would go from 87 to 91 physical. Yes, it's a +2, which is a little bit annoying. He also gets some dribbling, agility and stuff, but the main thing there, he would go to a 94 strength card. And again, a +2 is a little bit annoying, but I think that's another great chain EVO. It gets pinged pass plus as well. A fantastic, underrated playstyle plus, I think, on this game. I think people still underrate ping pass plus. Maybe it's now, people have caught on, but I think ping pass is an amazing playstyle, sometimes better than incisive. And we got one more EVO as well. Attacking Artistry. Now, this is purely kind of like a chain EVO, but it's still a +3. And I think this one's probably the worst out of the 3. It depends, right? It gives Incisive Plus as a 3rd playstyle plus, which is, again, fantastic. Another brilliant playstyle. It takes those attacking stats pretty much to 95 around the board. And it feels like 95 is just where we are with the stat cap right now. I think you guys might have a lot of cards already in your team that have 95, 95, 95, 95 if you've been grinding EVOs. 95 is the stat cap. We're slowly starting to push to 96, 97, and of course 40s when we just get towards 98s and 99s. But 95's across the board. I might put Noonan into this to get him 91 physical, then put him into this one, second to get him 95s across the board, and to have a crazy broken card finally with this Noonan card. I need to get him 5-star skills though. But yeah, another decent chain EVO. +3 I think is a little bit annoying, but it is a nice stat upgrade. And again, Incisive Plus is fantastic. Before we move on to the objectives and the JJ Okocha, I've got the full grind, by the way. If you've not done JJ Okocha yet, I've got the full written guide and a video guide. I think it's a little bit easier in written, but whatever you guys want. But yeah, EVOs, this is not really what came out yesterday, but we of course got this Vincent Kompany came out yesterday, who is discard. And again, pack weight, this guy's still discard, I think. But yeah, you get a 5-star Vincent Kompany with this new Evo chain where you can put Intercept Plus on him first from the Season Pass. So you get a 4 playstyle plus. And we all agree that this year, the best 4 playstyles for a centre-back are those 4 right there. Anticipate, Quick Step, Bruiser, and Intercept. So you get all 4 playstyle plus. You then put them into the gold standard Evo, which is now back in the token store. And you get this Vincent Kompany for 93 pace, 95 defending, 94 physical. Maybe not the craziest stats in the world, but still, fantastic. But he also gets 90 passing, 90 dribbling. He is long with a shadow and long with an anchor, so you can choose which one you want there. With a shadow, he goes to 99 pace. And you get this absolutely broken Vincent Kompany card that's missing probably just Tiki-Taka as a playstyle, but has absolutely everything else, including Power Shot, by the way. So yeah, that's an Evo chain right now that's free, not really free because it costs tokens and season pass, but technically a free Vincent Company Evo chain. And gold standard, by the way, is just, as you can see, so many new Evos now with this gold standard that came out. People are just putting Van Dijk into it, similar to the Vincent Company. He's got better stats, but he's a bit of a chain if you've not done him already. And while he's not the gold standard, you know the 100,000 coin wave your flag Mbappe we seen the other day? This Evo is still phenomenal. You put him into 5-star Phenom first, 5-star, 5-star Mbappe, who gets quick step, low driven, finesse and incisive. Probably the 4 best play styles for a striker in this entire game. With 97, 94, 94, 95. Completely active Evo chain, that, by the way. You put him into wave your flag, then you put him into the play styles you want, because of course it's a play style builder Evo. So you can go put low driven, incisive, or you can put something else if you want. It's up to you. Then go give him technical tricks to ticky, whatever you want to give him as play styles, and then put him into the roles Evos, and you get this absolutely mental Mbappe. The slight problem with this is, of course, Mbappe is still 280,000 coins, but honestly, might be worth it for that Evo alone. He is broken. But let's talk JJ Okocha. I can't believe it, right? The game yesterday was so hyped with pack weight and everything that this JJ Okocha was not even the most hyped bit of content, which we thought he always would have been, right? This is still the card towards Maradona, Hugo Sanchez, Alawaran. This guy was meant to be the most hyped bit of content yesterday, and he was nowhere near it, but we still found the best way to do this card. I'm going to be honest with you, a little secret here, or honesty, I guess. I stayed up till 4 AM last night doing this. Maybe I'm just stupid. It took me like a full-on hour to figure out the best squad and make sure it all worked. Genuinely an hour. So, yeah, I wasted a lot of sleep for this. But we've got the best JJ Okocha grind. There's a full video out on this channel now. If you want to go and check it, it's in the short section after this video. Or if you're someone who prefers the written guide, I spent ages trying to get ChatGPT to write this up for me in like a format that was readable. I've posted it all in the free Discord. Go to the Discord. Go to the FAQ section. Anyone can access this. I have posted it here. It's the 8-game one. Some people have been saying 6 games. That's BS. You can't do it in 6 games. It does cost 8 games. However, I've managed to find a way to do 5 in squad battles and then only 3 in live events and rivals or world class. So it makes it the easiest possible way. I've posted that. It's as a short, it's as a written guide. Go and get JJ Okocha. 8 games is not too bad. And yes, Maradona now doesn't seem as special, does he? Now that we've got Cruyff coming in at 2 million coins, all of a sudden this Maradona card feels pretty standard. But yeah, I think that's a bit of a lie. Maradona's still got 5 playstyle plus. He's still got crazy in-game stats. It's still Maradona at the end of the day, and I still think this card on the market would be 4 to 5 million coins at least. So although we've got loads of icons now on the game, I still think this Maradona card is definitely worth grinding. Go and do the JJ Okocha. But we've also got some other fantastic objectives as well. Once again, Friday did deliver. I think towards the end of the game, when we get into toward, you know, we're towards footy season, kind of. EA just start to deliver on Friday content days because they know they need people on the game. So they drop Great to the Game, Football Royalty, another token booster objective, but also loads of players, loads of loans as well. Another little one you can do in the background because it's things like score 5 goals from outside the box. So you'll just do that by playing the game anyway. Another little token booster for you guys that are not at the 1,000 token limit. You get to try out some of these loan icons and things like Gauntlet. Don't forget, the Eto Gauntlet is still out. So having loan icons to put into a second team or a third team is fantastic, and that's an objective again you can kind of do in the background. But the more hyped one is down the bottom of live events. Festival of Football Home Colours League. This was glitched yesterday. It is back now. It's a pretty easy objective. Go and play the live event. Now, of course, that 94 plus FOF Great to the Game pack is what you are there for, and I will try and get that for you guys on tomorrow's Sunday stream. We can open it before our champs run. I think we're going to use R9 in champs, by the way. I want to be one of the first people to do an R9 champs run because I'm just mental. I'll lose loads of coins on him, but it's a bit of fun. But not only that, by the way, tokens is great. It's the EVOs. The EVOs in these objectives, like I said to you guys before, are fantastic. This one here, slalom dribbling. I'm stupid, I can't speak. But slalom dribbling, it gives a dribbling boost, technical plus as a third play style. But most importantly, doesn't improve the rating. So say I was using this Pizarro card here, 93 to 95 dribbling, no rating increase. Mwah. Everyone's favorite Evos, chain Evos that don't improve the rating. But yeah, objectives, fantastic. Okocha is a little bit convoluted, but you've got the guide from now. Hopefully not too hard to get. But boys and girls, it is time to talk leaks and market. Yes, we lost over 5 million coins yesterday, then made 5 million coins on the Nico O'Reilly, and then we made a few million coins overnight, but didn't make anywhere near as much as we lost on the stream. And then there's more things to buy today, and the market crashed. Honestly, there is so much we could talk about with the market. We've got new leaks, of course, a new SBC Great to the Game icon coming to the game today. Honestly, what a time to be on the game. This is my favorite part of the game. The start of the game and the end of the game, and then maybe Team of the Year in the middle. So we're going to start with the leaks, of course, but just to show you this, you can already build a card, or sorry, a team like this with 5 million coins. I know 5 million coins sounds like a lot, but when you consider this Cruyff card's out, and before the promo drop, you probably would have said this Cruyff card would have cost 5 million coins. But no, I can build a team with Cruyff, Rivellino, Bale, Xavi, Vieira, Iniesta, Cafu, Thuram, Chiellini, Roberto Carlos, and Kahn for less than 5 million coins. I could build that on my second account now and play champs with it. I can't believe what I'm seeing. I know we're at the end of the game. It is still bananas. But let's talk about leaks. Of course, the World Cup happened. Turkey gone. Haiti gone. Shout out my Turkish and Haiti brethrens, man. I am sorry for you guys, but You didn't really fight too much. I'm surprised Turkey have gone so early, and we'll talk about that Callan Hoglu card, because Path to Glories are starting to crash already. Never mind being out of the tournament. We then got the cards getting the +1s. So USA are out the group. They're getting a +1 overall, and yes, I think there is potential to invest in those cards. We'll talk about it. Morocco, to me, are the best team in the tournament right now in terms of the football they are playing. It is beautiful to watch this Morocco team. I doubted you guys before the tournament started. It is beautiful to watch. Vinicius Jr. and Brazil get a win, so they're getting their first 99 in-game stat after their draw with Morocco. Same as Morocco, getting the first 99 in-game stat. So, of course, the Lucas Paqueta SBC will also be getting one. And that Vinny card crashed loads yesterday, but it's still a fantastic striker on this game. And the games today to keep an eye on, we've got Netherlands, Sweden. So we've got that Noah Lang and Bergval, what's it called, Showdown SBC. But we've also got Isaac in there, Frankie de Jong, some amazing Path to Glory cards playing in the game today. Both of the teams, I believe, Sweden got the first win. Netherlands going for their first win and their first +199 stat upgrade. Germany playing the Ivory Coast. Of course, Germany have already got their 99, but if they win today, they secure their +1 overall. And then in the morning, we've got Ecuador versus Curacao, an absolute Jogger Benito game of football. But World Cup in full swing. I am loving the World Cup, but I also can't wait for the knockout stages. There's something about seeing games like France versus Spain in a World Cup that you just can't beat. It is the pinnacle of football. So we'll talk more about the World Cup over the next week. I'm going to talk about these Path to Glory cards later on, because some of them have crashed so hard. And we actually got 2 more new Hall of Fame leaks. It feels like this is probably the least hyped thing right now. No one really cares about Hall of Fame. We're talking about these Path to Glory cards and all the greats of the game stuff. But yes, Hulk is coming to FC27, or is at least being tested for FC27 as a Hall of Fame, as well as the one I'm most hyped about is McGeady, because if you guys ever watch a BigJead Champs run, Foot Champs run, we'll be doing one tomorrow on the Twitch stream. I abused McGeady spins. I literally abused them so much. McGeady spins, McGeady cancels, and the guy who is named after McGeady is coming to the game. I would love to use that card next year, just as a bit of fun, right? To spam McGeady spins with, basically. But him and Hulk, absolutely fantastic cards leaked with Hall of Fame. I think Hall of Fame. Fantastic promo. I think we don't know what it is yet fully with Hall of Fame, but it looks to be a fantastic addition to FC27. But of course, EA know what they're doing when it comes to selling FIFA games and making it hype for the next year. What we care about right now, though, is the SBC dropping today at content time, and it is confirmed to be Franco Baresi. When I play Sunday League, they used to say, Jeed, you like Baresi, but you're 6'3" version. Franco Baresi is coming today. Now, the problem with Baresi is, if we jump back over to this, is that Chiellini is 29,000 coins. 31,000 coins, right? But Chiellini's 31,000 coins. So this Franco Baresi card, yes, has better stats than Chiellini, but can't be long, and Chiellini can be long. If this card's like 200, 300, 400,000 coins, all of a sudden, I'm not even touching it, right? For this card to be worth it for me, there has to be like 200,000 coins max. Even Carlos Puyol, I believe, is super duper cheap. Maybe a more comparable card to that Baresi card. Yeah, Carlos Puyol's 50,000 coins. Very similar stats to Baresi. Also can't be long, so a very similar, maybe like in-game feel. And he's 50,000 coins. Now, I'm worried that Baresi's going to come out and be 500 million thousand coins. But yeah, hopefully he's pretty cheap. And I realise we've not even spoke about these new cards in the token store. But to be honest, is anyone, let me know down below, is literally anyone taking Donovan, Marquez or Hadji? Now, don't get me wrong, some of the cards are fantastic. But again, with the new market on this game and the fact that Xavi's less than 300,000 coins, I just don't see a world where anyone takes any of these 3 cards. But let me know, I just don't think they're worth it. The only token upgrade I've seen people actually opening yesterday, including me, I've opened both of them, is in between these 2 right here. We've got the 250 token, 93 times 3, great to the game pack. Now, I got Patrick Vieira in mine, and I've seen some crazy stuff in some of your guys on the stream, but I also seen a lot of L's, a lot of like Cruz, a lot of Closer, a lot of Oliver Kahn, a lot of Diego Forlan. So just know, the 250 token pack, I think it is worth a little bit of a gamble, right? It's worth having a go, but I also think at the same time, you could just get big stiffed. And I spent 500 tokens. I did get Vieira. We did get Marcelo. I'll take that. Finally, boys, we've got to talk market on this game. What happened yesterday? How did we lose 5 million coins? How are we going to make it back, probably more importantly? And what do we buy right now? Why did these cards drop so much? And what did EA do with the pack weight yesterday? If you guys are on the stream yesterday, what a stream it was. But honestly, it was pandemonium. It was chaos, because yesterday what happened was 6 p.m. dropped and everyone's like, oh, great to the game. Cool. Then what happens is this Bale card comes on the market for 1.8 million coins, and all of a sudden, there's more Bale cards on the market than there is gold Kobel cards on the market. There's just millions of them, and it's not just Bale, it's Zidane, it's Thuram, it's Vieira. This Vieira card was coming in at 700,000 coins after about 5 minutes in the promo, which just didn't make any sense. And as you can see now, they've not gone up. Hence, we lost a lot of coins. Thuram, Vieira, Bale, they all went down. Now, there was a few cards we did fantastic on. We bought some Roberto Carlos at 100k, sold at 200k, and now he's back at 100k, pandemonium, but we made some great coins. But on Bale's, we bought at 1.8 and had to sell them at 1.4. He went down at 1.1 at one point, and I thought I was going to lose even more coins. He went back up to 1.4, and we managed to sell them. Will these cards rise? I think, yes, some of them will rise. However, the pack weight on them is ridiculous. Now, it was even worse at 6 till 7 p.m. If you guys were on the game at 6 till 7 p.m., I'm sure you were there maybe on a stream or playing yourself with your friends. You would have seen that these cards were just popping out of everything. You were packing on Rees, we've seen a Cruyff, Bale, Vieira, Roberto Carlos, Cafu, and Marcelo all of a sudden were the easiest cards to pack in the entire game. They were just giving them out for free. Cards like Vincent Kompany, as we said before, are at discard while he's got the best EVO I've ever seen in the entire game. And he's currently sat at discard. And also, it was the star performers in packs. This Messi card, this Mbappe card yesterday, what was he before content? Because we spoke about him. I can't even remember. He was what? 8 million coins? 10 million coins? He went down to 5 million coins. And he's still 5.5 million coins. Now, all this means for us now, this is now, in my opinion, one of the easiest weeks to make coins on the game and also one of the easiest sets of investments we've ever had on the game. Not all of them today, maybe spread out, across the next few days, and we'll be posting them in the Discord and talking about them. But honestly, a fantastic day to make coins. And also, by the way, a fantastic day just to build your team. If you go back to the Chiellini card or the Puyol card, just a fantastic day to build your team. Go and have fun in FUT Champs. You guys will be seeing teams like this in FUT Champs, I am sure. You'll be seeing Cruyffs everywhere, Bales, Vieira, Xavi, and Iniesta. You'll probably see more than any other card. They're super common. Roberto Carlos doesn't have a single defensive playstyle, and yet I want to use him in Champs. He looks broken. And speaking of Champs, very, very quickly, if you're going to play your Champs and you've got 650 tokens this week, we opened both the player picks and the packs on stream yesterday. I can be very honest, I think the pack this week is better. The player pick has been better in all the previous weeks, but because the 93 plus doesn't really mean anything this week, most of the cards are 93 plus anyway, this 14 times great to the game player pack is definitely better in my opinion. We've seen Bale in them, Cruyff in one of them, we've seen Iniesta in most of them. Iniesta seems to pop quite common, Vieira in quite a lot of them as well, he's super common. And in the player pick, you only get 3 cards, whereas obviously you get 14 cards here, so absolute minimum, you get the cards like Cafu, Marcelo, and Chiellini, which are still fantastic cards to use in Gauntlet and stuff, and still cost 50 or 100,000 coins. So for once, I don't think the pick is the one this week in Champs. If you can get your 650 tokens, hopefully you save some tokens. From what we've seen so far, and the one I'm going to be going for, this 14 times FOF break to the game players pack is the one to go for. But coins, right, what am I holding right now? Well, the first card you can see I'm holding the most of is Erling Haaland, and I played an absolute blinder unless he starts to crash. I don't want to jinx it. I played an absolute blinder because I did say overnight buys last night would be very, very good, and we did buy some Iniestas, some Xavis, some Thuram's, and Mateuses, but all these cards have not moved an inch. If anything, they have gone down because the pack weight is just too heavy this promo. This Xavi, for example, is 280,000 coins, and I believe we bought ours for 300,000 coins, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 300,000 coins. So we're pretty much losing tax on all these icons, which will be another 200, 300,000 coin loss, maybe 200. I think I might be a little bit harsh, but 200,000 coin loss. But the one card that did well last night that we called from the start is the Star Performers card, and more specifically this Erling Haaland card. He was too cheap. If you didn't see it content, we bought too many. We bought some at 1.8 million coins and we lost loads. We went all in again tonight. We doubled down, and I think these Star Performers are still going to be a fantastic investment. They got out of packs today at 6 p.m. content. This Haaland card is currently 1.5 million coins on the market. I bought a lot of these at 1.3, 1.2 million coins. He has done very well. I think the best shout for some of you guys, if you want to still get involved in these Path to Glory, what they call the Star Performers cards, I think this Florian Balogun card, he is up off his low, which is like 130, 135,000 coins. However, if you see this guy get to maybe 140,000 coins again, I think this guy right here has potential out of packs to go to 190 to 200,000 coins, as long as we don't get any more crazy great to the game stuff, but who knows at this point. But I think he could be an absolutely fantastic investment at 140,000 coins. He's got a brilliant card, you can customize the playstyles, and he's got that USA hype, which always helps cards. I think Messi and Haaland can still be very, very good. This Messi card was, of course, like, well over 5 million coins. However, as you can see, he's already up 320,000 coins. Keep an eye out on the high budget. If he goes back down to 3 million coins, definitely worth a punt. If Haaland before content goes back down to 1.3 million coins, definitely worth a point, but worth a punt. But these cards look absolutely fantastic compared to the great to the game, because even though the great to the game cards have super high pack weight, the Star Performers cards really don't. There's only a few pages of Haaland, Messi, and Mbappe. They are still super rare despite the pack weight. And if you want to get involved at a low budget, yes, you can go for cards like Ayari, and yes, you can go for cards like Lopez. Just know they are already up off their minimum a little bit, and of course, you got to buy a lot more of them. But I don't mind these two cards out of packs. Try and get them as cheap as possible. Get Ayari at 35k on bids. Get them as cheap as physically possible. I think he could be a fantastic investment as well, alongside Haaland, alongside Messi. Maybe a longer term hold out of packs. But the biggest coin printer yesterday, if you guys were on the stream, you would have seen this. Lazy selling is broken. How much is this Oliver Kahn? He's 35,000 coins. How much was he when I sold him? He was still 35,000 coins. So why is this one sold for 65,000 coins? I couldn't tell you. I don't understand who buys these cards, but they just do. Vincent Company has been 15,000 coins since he came out, and yet you can see here 20, 24, 20, 25,000 coins. Why? I don't know. And you might be saying, right, well, gee, are you selling loads of these Vincent Companies? No, not many. Most of them have already sold. You'll see at the back here, I think I've got 1 or 2 still left. I've got 3 Vincent Companies, but most of them have already sold. Why? I don't know. I don't know. If you want to make coins this week, get the discard icons and heroes that are really, really in demand. Vincent Company, Ronald Koeman, Oliver Kahn. Get the ones people will actually go and use in their teams. Buy them at discard, buy them on bids, and then just list hundreds of them a day, constantly, every single hour. And I'm telling you, if you do that over the next few days during Weekend League, you will print, I would estimate, between 500,000 coins and 1 million coins if you just rinse and repeat it. Lazy selling is so broken right now on this game because of how in demand these cards are, but also how supplied these cards are. Then if we're talking fodder, you want to invest there, fantastic, you can go for it. Go all in on either Rodri at 3,000 coins on bids. And by the way, if anyone didn't mass bid yesterday, you missed out. I was winning Van Dijk's very easily at 1,000 coins, Rodri's at 900 coins. I'm printing just bank loads of coins there, ridiculous. If you want to go all in on 85s at discard, yes, they will be 1,500 coins midweek and you will double your coins. Bit more of a lazy one, but you know, you can go for it. Double your coins on 85s. They are fantastic once again. And yeah, whenever there's a Friday content day, learn from this, boys. Just spam mass bids. And speaking of lazy selling as well, and fodder, Team of the Seasons, now the Team of the Season upgrade is back out. They've dropped from 40,000 coins, whatever they were, now down to discard. Once again, yes, you can buy Team of the Seasons at discard and lazy sell them for 13 to 17 to 19,000 coins because people will buy them for the SBCs that are currently out. They will spam buy them at any ridiculous price, probably even up to like 25,000 coins. People will literally buy them at that price. And yes, they will sell very, very well. Go and buy Team of the Seasons at discard, lazy sell them. They're another brilliant one to lazy sell. And Path to Glories. Path to Glories, finally we can talk about. They crashed so hard. Honestly, you got Wirtz, you went from like 2 point something down to 1.3 million. We said it's probably a buy at 1.3 yesterday, and what a shout that was. I wish I bought this card rather than the icons. He's now 1.55 million coins. As you can see, he's up 225k. But not all of the cards are up. There's still some beautiful investment opportunities here, right? This Esri Konsa card is slowly creeping up. He was a brilliant investment opportunity at 80,000 coins. Keep an eye on him. And there's still some fantastic cards that are in the very cheap, sort of like middle cheap budget that are fantastic. You guys know, I was holding these Simeones into content. Now, what is the BigJead thing we always say? Never hold cards into Friday content. We held Simeone into Friday content. All of a sudden, the pack weight's crazy, and he halves in price. He is an absolutely fantastic investment at 40,000 coins. Yes, he's up a few thousand coins already, but fantastic investment at 40,000 coins. Just to hold an Argentina, will probably win 1 or 2 of the next games. He gets some upgrades. He gets 4 playstyle plus. I wouldn't be surprised if out of packs this guy reaches 80,000 coins or something silly. Yes, it might be a longer term hold, but he could do brilliant. However, I wish I sold mine before content. Absolute rookie mistake as always from the BigJead there. Alphonso Davies has already shot up to 340,000 coins. Before I recorded this, I was about to tell you guys, buy this card at 300,000 coins. Because look, if you look at literally before the video, he was 300,000 coins. He went to 340, back to 300,000 coins. And he's back at 340 again. But Alphonso Davies, if he goes back to 300,000 coins, is a fantastic investment. And this Christian Pulisic card, if you can get this guy below 200,000 coins, what a brilliant investment this is. They're 300,000 coins. They won their other game yesterday. They could win their last game and get a second 99 substat. They'll probably get a 4th playstyle plus very soon. And he's 200,000 coins. Absolutely ridiculous. Maybe you sell him as they get out the groups and he gets the +1. I don't know. But 200,000 coins of Pulisic is brilliant as well. Probably the last shout for Path to Glory cards. Yes, they didn't win their first game against the DR Congo, Dr. Congo, but Ruben Dias below 100,000 coins. Are we silly? This guy was 270,000 coins. Obviously, loads of centre-backs like Chiellini dropped, the company Evo drops, and everyone goes, I don't want Ruben Dias anymore. Portugal, you would still think get out of the group. He goes to a 95 and could very easily get a 4th playstyle plus like intercept himself. Broken card if that happens. Below 100,000 coins, yes, again, maybe a longer term hold, but another brilliant Path to Glory investment. And if you guys want a fluctuation trade, what a weekend for it. The cards like Vicky Lopez, all the cards that are super meta are just crashing hard and then rebounding hard. Go and find super rare meta cards to trade with. Keep an eye on their price graphs. This Vicky Lopez, you can consistently buy at 400,000 coins and sell at 500,000 coins. Broken. And obviously, she's not the only one. I think the Kika card as well, all these winner cards that are super meta are moving like crazy. This Kika was down to 1.2, I think she went to 1.4, back down to 1.1 or something. It was crazy last night as well, but you'll be able to do it across this weekend, right? All these cards generally will crash. You've got to sell them quick, right? Don't hold these meta cards for more than like 6 to 12 hours. You want to sell them quick, but they are moving brilliantly. And of course, let's address the elephant in the room. Should we buy these icon cards? Now, I'm not going to answer that just yet because I don't know. They just keep crashing. I keep buying and they keep crashing. I would say for now, avoid these icon cards. I think they will hit a low today or tomorrow. But to tell you guys right now exactly when to buy them and exactly what price to buy them for, I'd just be lying to you. I think, yes, they will hit a low across Weekend League. I think Iniesta might hit a low of like 600,000 coins. Xavi seems pretty low. Bale seems ridiculously low. And if he gets below 900,000 coins, maybe, yes, you start buying that. And I do think you should look at them today and tomorrow. But it looks to be with pack weight and the more people that open their champs rewards, especially the tradable champs rewards, we get crazy tradable store packs normally on Saturday and Sunday. I think you could see these icons get cooked even more. So stick to your lazy selling, stick to your Path to Glory cards, stick to your fodder cards. You will make 1 million, 2 million, 3 million coins this weekend without even touching these Great to the Game cards. And just use those coins you make to buy these Great to the Game cards for your team for FUT Champs. What a time to play FUT Champs. We've not even spoke about a Pushkas card who has 99 shooting and crazy playstyles and 5-star, 5-star. I might use him next to R9 in a 4-4-2. What a weekend league that's going to be tomorrow on stream. But boys and girls, what an opening day of content for Great to the Game. Subscribe if you are new for the rest of the Great to the Game content heading into next week. Make sure you're there at the Twitch stream tomorrow at content time as we do our champs run with R9 and maybe Pushgas as well. Yeah, have a fantastic rest of your weekend and I'll see you all in a bizzle.